In this vlog, let's dive through the journey of Flutter towards version 3. So, I will be covering a few basic points which I have observed in the Flutter right from its inception. So, stay tuned till the end of this tutorial, and this video might be useful to get to know the few interesting points which are being covered in Flutter version 3. So now let's go through the journey. So let's start with the journey. So let's try to see the very first level where we have got the first stable release from Flutter, and this stable release mostly covers the mobile application development, that is Android and iOS as well. So these two were being targeted in the first release from Flutter. So till then we are using native programming for Android and iOS, and also there were few other platforms like React Native, Xamarin, and with the release of the first version, Flutter is added to them, and we were able to develop mobile applications for these two platforms. And also point to be noted that they were also highly reliable and support almost all the native features which the native platforms provided. And now comes the second release that covers null safety, web and desktop support. So in the second release, we might found an interesting thing, that is null safety, which is very much helpful in programming, where we can avoid null, and which in turn reduces the errors in our application. And also we can get the crash free user experience. And desktop support was also been introduced in the version 2.0 here. Mostly this particular desktop support was confined to Windows operating system, and we were also being able to develop websites using Flutter. And not only desktop support, we were also being able to develop websites using Flutter. So you can find a playlist in our channel which covers the web development, so where we have developed a basic web page using Flutter. So this particular version mostly covers web and Windows support in terms of desktop platform I'm saying. And now comes the third version which was released recently, and this particular version will have the support in terms of desktop, Linux and Mac OS as well. So in version 2 we were not having support for Linux and Mac OS, but now in the version 3 they have added the support for these two platforms as well. And also the version 3 is also a stable version by using which you can cover all the platforms which we have discussed till now. So we can have Linux and Mac OS for desktop as well. So now let's go through a review of how developers are feeling with this particular Flutter platform. So most of the developers feel that it's very fast to build application. So faster build, which in turn reduces time. So as we have already gone through various tutorials on our channel, we can find that building a Flutter application is super fast compared to the native platforms. So we can have just a hot reload, which in turn speed up the application development. So as soon as you save the code by tapping Command S on Mac or Control S in Windows, you can find the output displayed onto your emulator or simulator respectively. So it's a faster build which is observed by almost 91% of the developers. And the second thing is building beautiful applications. No doubt Flutter is a platform which supports both Android and iOS in terms of mobile application development, but you can create a beautiful UI that portrays the respective platforms as well. For example, app bar, when you consider in Android it has a different style, and in iOS it has its own specific style. So you can manage these particular things by making use of a platform widget, and you can just cover all the aspects of a application, and you can provide any platform specific code as well, so that it looks as if it is a native application, and people can't even differentiate whether it's a native app or a Flutter application. And also in terms of graphics, the very first app which was released in Flutter, most of you might have been knowing it. It's a history app which was being released by the Flutter team, available in the Play Store. I will be providing the link in the description section below. You can just install that app on your Android or iOS devices, and there you can find what are all the UI aspects you can find in Flutter, and how you can add designs to your existing applications to make it much attractive. And also we have covered few things in our channel as well regarding the design aspects of the Flutter, so you can just go through them. And the third point is easy to ship. Yes, we have developed the application, it's faster to build, it's easy to write code for both the platforms, and also we can add designs with respect to our requirements. We can provide platform specific components, and we can style according to our requirement. So, and the final thing is also easy to ship. So now we are able to easily upload our applications to Play Store, App Store, and for mobile applications these are the two things. And for desktop applications also, we can just easily ship these applications so that the final end user can easily fetch these applications and run on their respective platforms. So this is also a key point which is being observed by most of the developers, that it is easy to ship as well. So provided all the documentation is being available in the Flutter official website for how to release your Flutter applications for all the releases like alpha, beta and live production as well. So you can just go through them according to your platform. The next thing is like, what are all the more aspects we can find in Flutter version 3. So I'm just covering a few topics here, and there were more covered, and I will be providing a link in the description section below. You may just go through it. So the very first aspect I want to cover is like Firebase. So you might be well known with this term Firebase, with the service offered by Google Firebase. So Firebase has a lot of services which you can make use in your application. So right from the basic analytics, Crashlytics, in-app messaging, push notification, remote configuration, and all these kinds of services. And also like storage, we can create few databases and store our data over there. And also we can have functions, we can make use of the functions in our application with the help of Firebase. So all these things I have covered few of them in a playlist. You can find the link in the description section below. You can get a very good knowledge on implementation of Firebase in your Flutter application by following through this particular playlist here. And also Google is extending its support from Firebase to help the Flutter developers to make more and more services implemented easily into their applications. So almost 62% of the Flutter developers are using Firebase in their applications to enhance their application. And the second point is game development. Yes, we have not discussed about the game development till now in the Flutter, but in coming days, yes, we are able to develop games in Flutter as well. So gaming is also an interesting field in mobile applications, and also in terms of desktop applications as well. And also you can find games in websites. So Flutter has an ability to develop games as well, apart from these normal applications and websites. So in coming future we will be going through the game development as well, and I will try to provide few tutorials over this particular domain as well. So game development is highly used domain in most of the countries. It provides a lot of job opportunity as well. So yes, we can expect a more from Flutter in this version regarding to the game development. And the third point is Material Design 3. Yes, as we are covering more platforms, also we can say like a Flutter will have a support to develop an application that support multiple platforms, and there is a need for a designing as well, right? So in our previous slide we have seen that we can develop beautiful applications, so to enhance the performance. And also we are adding new platforms, so also the widgets and components used in the Flutter needs to be revised or reviewed. So they have been introducing Material Design 3, which will make it easier for you to design components right from your mobile applications to desktop as well. So even the buttons, text fields, fonts, colors, what are all the things you might be using in your Flutter programming, all these things will be enhanced with the help of this Material Design 3, which will be out for you to be used in your Flutter applications, and of course which in turn will improve the design aspect of your application. And the fourth point here is foldable mobile support. So nowadays we are seeing the foldable mobiles available in the market, and also Flutter is concentrating on providing support for these applications for these mobiles as well. So there might be a difference in a normal mobile and a foldable mobile support and a foldable mobile applications. So whenever we fold the device, then the application needs to be adjusted to the available surface, that is the area available, and when it expands then it should adjust itself. So there might be few things from backend need to be provided to support the developers to adjust their applications according to the area available. And also there might be some more important features in a foldable mobile support, so we will be going through the documentation and we'll be finding them in further coming vlogs. The most interesting link is this, I will be providing in the description section below what are all the things deprecated and will be removed. So the basic things like buttons, flat button and raised button, so these kinds of buttons are being removed, and in terms of these new buttons like elevated button are being introduced, and you can find a tutorial on our channel focusing on elevated button usage. And also you can just go through this particular link to find out what are all the things deprecated and how to move to the new widgets which are being provided by the Flutter here. So they have provided some detailed documentation on how you can migrate your existing code to the new components available in Flutter. So if you are having any queries in migration, do let me know in the comment section below. I will surely try to help you out with a new tutorial on that particular topic. So from our channel, I am providing a few curated playlists for you regarding the topics like provider, a state management concept in Flutter, and also how to make network calls in your Flutter application, like how to upload an image, how to download an image, how to fetch the information from server, how to post the information to server. So I have covered all these particular topics in this particular playlist on Flutter network calls, and also building a website using Flutter. We have covered web development in Flutter with the help of a sample examples in this particular playlist. So you can just go through this particular playlist, and also GetX. So this is also again a state management concept where we have covered all the things which we can make use with the help of a GetX here. So right from the basic route management up till how to make a network call using GetX. So we have covered all the things. So you can just go through this particular playlist to find more interesting things regarding the GetX here. And also currently we are going through this particular playlist, Flutter hooks. I'm going to add few more tutorials in this particular playlist so that you can make use of the Flutter hooks concept in your Flutter applications as well. So primarily this from the React programming and is being introduced into Flutter to improve the app's performance and also to reduce the boilerplate code. So we have covered examples like how you can make use of Flutter hooks and avoid stateful widget in your application. So you can just go through this, and also more tutorials regarding the Flutter are being available on our channel. So you can just go through them, and if you need any other support, any other interesting topics you want to cover, so you can just let me know in the comment section below. I will try to provide tutorials on those topics as well. So yes, this is it for this tutorial, and before closing this, I just want to make sure all the links for this playlist are available in the description section below, and if you found them interesting, so don't forget to like, share and subscribe to our channel for more interesting content on Flutter.